Hi again, YouTubers. So this is a video on how I got my hair like this. I had it in, I think, my first video that was an HD video posted on here. I think it was my, what was that? August 5 favorites and 1 regret. Anyway, everybody saw this, wanted to know how I got it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Keep in mind, I'm not a hairstylist. I just do what works for me. I take tips here on YouTube and watch videos here on YouTube just like everybody else. There's a couple people I watch about hair, and that's Jess, LolaMaries 7, and the two girls at like LuxyHair or something like that. I'll put both the links below. And just as an FYI, what I've started to do too is I have put any products I use, I put the links and the prices as much as I can find on my blog. So I have that link below. Some of the things you're going to need a brush. I just use a brush. I don't use a teasing comb. I don't use anything. Some little hair clips. I use 3 of those. I use some sort of heat spray. I use Treseme's Heat Tamer. And then hairspray, I use, the one I'm using today is Joico Joy Mist Medium. This is what it looks like. And then I use at the end the Unite Tricky Light Finishing Spray. If I want some volume, I just kind of can go like this with it because of the tricky light. And the most important thing is the, I think it's by, let me look. I think it's by Fahrenheit. It is. Oh, it's on the back of it. Fahrenheit. This is the 4-in-1, and I'm using the one that is actually tapered. There is a skinny one, there's a fat, there's 4 different sizes, and then the one that's tapered. I use this one because I find that this way near my head, I'm not getting that like tight kinky curl. I'm just getting this nice loose wave, and this one seems to work the best for me. I do have a couple others, but this is by far my favorite one for this look, and that's a tapered one. Now there are versions of this sold at drugstores as well. I think Conair makes one now that's like $29 that you can get at all major drugstores. This one I got from Beauty Choice, I think. I'll check and see where I found this one or where you can find this one, and I'll put the links in my blog for that. So this is what the final look is, and let me know if you have any questions, and here we go. All right, so this is what my hair looks like, just blow dried. Usually when I do this with second day hair, but I decided to do it today. So this is what my hair looks like, just completely blow dried. The only things I have in it are leave-in conditioner and the Paul Mitchell mousse. So those are the only 2 things that, oh, and root booster. So I have those 2 things in it. So what I tend to do is I pull a section up from this side, which is where I have more hair, and I just twist it up and around, and I take a little hair clippy. I just clip it down. I do the same thing on this side. Not as much hair probably on this side just because it's a thinner section. Clip it, and then I do the same thing in the back. Now with this curling iron, I find that I need to do the separation in the back. Normally I don't. Sorry, my phone's going off. So I just clip it up again through that. Sorry. All right, and then what I do is I start on this side. Oops, you know what I do? All right, sorry. So I take my Tresemme Thermal Heat Tamer Spray, and before I curl it, sometimes I do it on the curls, but lately I've been doing it this way, and I just kind of missed it all over. Sorry, I'm going to sit back a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And then I just start taking sections. I don't really do any certain type. I use the Fahrenheit 4-in-1, and I use the one that's the tapered one. And I just roll it around. Now, I don't go all the way to the edge, like closest to my scalp. I hold it for about 5 seconds and let it go. I don't go closest to my scalp because what I find is when I go closest to my scalp, it does give me volume, but the problem is that it also causes it to look kind of like a kinky curl. I curl the curls away from my face, and as you can see, the top where I have the most hair before it starts twisting in is a little bit thicker of a curl and then they go thinner down to the ends. So this is, I curl it away from my face with this wand. Just hold them for a couple seconds. It depends. And the ends should be not perfect. You want the ends to look a little bit more beachy. And I have no rhyme or reason to how I take these pieces, and sometimes I have to brush them out. Sometimes I don't. I just grab them and go. If they're a little bit thicker as I feel it, like this one is definitely way thicker than the other pieces that I did. As I get to the back and the thicker areas, I find that more common. I hold it for a couple extra seconds just to help heat that through. And the good side with all different pieces of hair and sizes of pieces of hair is it gives you different curls. Some of them are more defined, some of them are a little bit looser. So I'm going to keep going with this all around my head. When I get about halfway through to the middle of my hair in the back is when I stop, and then I move on to the other side in the front and work my way back to the middle of my hair again. So I'm going to keep going from here, and I will come back when I am starting on the other side and show you guys how I do it. All right? All right, so I've completed this side all the way to about the middle of the back of my hair, and then I come over to this side. I kind of pull this portion that's not done over my shoulder, and I take this portion back over my shoulder. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do from the back. I change this up. Sometimes I go from the back, sometimes I go from the front. It depends on, honestly, how my hair's feeling that day and like how it's laying. And I can tell by the way it's laying today that I'm better off doing it this way. And again, I'm rolling this. Ooh, see that one? It's got all kinds of... Be very careful. This thing gets so hot. It's like 400 and something degrees. It's hotter than an oven. You see those little pieces poking out there? Those are just little, what is that called? Layers. So I just kind of let them go, and they just cause little ends. But you want that kind of look, because if all the ends are like perfectly curled, then it doesn't look like it's that summery, beachy, loose look. It looks kind of premeditated, I guess is the best way to say it. So I just kind of go around. I'm doing the same thing. I'm not putting it too close to my head. In the back, I find I get it a little bit closer to my head just because I can't always see it. So I just kind of keep going, and I take little sections. Sometimes I pull it up over my ear. You have to make sure. The hard part is that you're getting all of these pieces. And sometimes you have to kind of fish around with it to find the right way. Because see, I keep getting pieces from up here, and I don't want pieces from the top. Because I will say this. You want to try and get pieces that are all grouped together, kind of like this. If you have too much, like a whole span of your head type of thing, the whole length of the area I have separated, what ends up happening is you get this really big funny piece at the top, kind of like you saw on the other side of my head. But to give you an example, like, see, here's some more pieces. If I had taken all of that from here all the way up to here, do you see how much more that would have been? And not that it's a problem to have more hair in the curl, but what the problem is that you end up with the top having the heat not dispersed and not those like spiral little rounded curls, because that top piece that's right up here, the amount that's more is when it's more hair, it actually doesn't do the more ringlet like soft wave that you want. Oh, now I'm kind of got caught up. So I'm going to keep going, and then I'll come back when I'm at the top of it. Look at that. See, this is why it makes it difficult. You have to find all those pieces, because if your hair is naturally straight, you don't want that, you know, one little straight piece going in there. So I'm going to keep going, and I'll come back in just a minute. All right, so I have both of the bottom layers of my hair done. Again, I keep forgetting all these things. Sorry, I have a little basket under my vanity that has like hair products in it. So I just take a hairspray. Any of them are fine. This is one I bought. It's Joico Joy Mist Medium Styling and Finishing Spray. Any of them are fine. I just kind of go through and do a once over spray. Then I go to the far back portion of my hair. Sorry, getting the hair clip. And same thing. It kind of gets a little bit kinky, but that like kinky, like you see the bends in it. But I don't mind that so much because what I'm doing with my hair anyway is bending it. So if it has a little bit of that bend to it, and all I do is I pull a section out, and then the part that I'm not using, I twist and kind of bring over. Yes, it's in my face and in my eyes, but it only takes a couple minutes. Now, one thing I'm going to mention about these irons, they take a while to get used to. They get extremely hot. If you're not used to using them, they can be difficult to figure out how to hold it and things like that. And I just kind of go back and forth from different sides, wherever feels right to me. There's no right or wrong to this. But, like, see, I'm right-handed, so the other side is way easier for me. When I get to this side, it took me a while to figure out how to hold it properly. I don't know. Honestly, I burnt myself the first couple times doing it this way. And it does come with a glove. I'll show you that in just a second. I think I know where that is. Oh. They come with, they come with a little glove for you to wear on your hand. I couldn't feel where my hair was. I had trouble separating. It was a fail for me. It did not work out for me. So I don't use the glove. I take the chance, but you have to make the decision on your own of what works for you. And everyone's going to be different. I'm having trouble separating this here. There we go. Everyone's going to be different. How your hair reacts is going to be different. How you hold it is going to be different. There's no wrong or right way to do this. I will say this too. See, I just burnt my finger on that one. Where the button is on this is at an awkward spot. And sometimes when I'm curling the hair, I turn the temperature down, or I've turned it off. I heard it click that time. Yeah, I turned the temperature down. But it's just one of those things that you have to kind of get used to, and you have to learn the sounds kind of too, as funny as that sounds. Because once I learned the sound of it, I knew what I was clicking, and I knew to check, like I knew what that was, and I knew to check to make sure that, and I turn this way, as you see, so that the hair can actually go down backwards. And so that's, I'm going to just finish this while I have you on here. Which way I go with these pieces, there's no rhyme or reason. I just kind of go whichever way. Oh, this one is not liking me. A couple things is, one, I noticed there are a couple pieces of my bangs in there. All right, pull those out. Try this again. So I'm just taking it like this, and then I'm facing it, I'm turning it and facing it backwards. Because I'm not putting it super close to my head, it's easy to make that maneuver and turn it around. If you have it tight down your head, you're not going to be able to move it around like this. So that's the last one on that one. I'm going to take these bang pieces and clip them over here, because they'll go with that part. And then I go to the smaller part. When I say kinky, can you see this? Like, it hasn't even been curled yet. So that's what I'm going to pull down. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, as put the heat tamer in it. And I'm going to curl this one away from my... All right, so on to the next section. Again, same thing. This side, I kind of let my bangs fall. I just hold it and shake it until my bangs come out. And I kind of take them and I twist them off to the side as much as I can just to get them out of the way. And then I continue on with what I was doing with this side and this portion, just curling this part away from the face again. Watching the fingers. Again, on this side, I can burn myself so much easier than the other side. I don't know why. I just am not as good with this side. But whatever. So, I keep going. Oh, God. I need to brush through that. Let's see here. Kind of try and put it... And again, this is where it is going to be so different for every, I can't even see, every single person. This is a much thicker piece. Every single person, and how you hold your hair and how your hair parts and how your hair falls. You are just going to have to figure out what is the best method. I literally can't see anything. All right, well, that one's pretty much done. That'll have to do. Oh, gosh. It's getting hot. See See this frizzy piece? I don't like that piece. So I just pulled it into this piece. And the bangs I'm still getting used to. Still learning how to work with them, play with them, etc. Watching videos just about hair, etc. I am not, this is just me winging it, I'll be honest with you. Like, I have no professional anything. I don't have a clue about hair. I just go with my gut instincts. This piece, I do the same thing. These are the difficult ones. See how everything starts falling out? Crap. I kind of try to twist it in as much as I can. Doesn't always work. So, whatever. Doesn't end up looking bad. It's just funny while you're holding it. Come on. So, there we go. Now I'm getting a little bit better. I can see. So, just keep going, finish the bangs up, and then I'll come back and show you what I do in just a moment. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like, and it looks funny, and it has some crazy pieces. But I take it through, and I do one more spray just loosely over the top of it. Let it like sit for just a second. I start on this side because this is the side that I most recently curled. And I just start running my fingers through them. I don't have anything on my hands short of anything that might be left over just from spraying. And I just kind of keep running it through. I don't brush it through. I don't do anything crazy. I don't do too much as far as the bangs can be a little bit difficult and a little bit tricky. If I have a funny spot here or there, I will take the iron, which I've unplugged now, but it still has the heat to it. I'll just kind of take it and try and fix it as much as I can. I think it's just where that one piece sits, so whatever. Then I tend to take this product by Unite. Oh, my rings are all sticky. Called Tricky Light Finishing Spray. It's kind of a hairspray with like a wax in it, which is great for this. And I take it, and it has a shine, I think. Oh, that one piece. I'm gonna have to do something with that. Force it to go the way I want it to. All right, whatever. That piece is just gonna be the crazy piece, I think. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. So that's the final look. That's how I got this look. And so you guys have all been asking about it. That's it. I hope you guys found this helpful. That one piece, I'm gonna have to, sometimes, by the way, if it doesn't go the way I want it to, I'll take out a curling iron. Sometimes the wax stuff, once I put that on there, I can kind of mold it in a little bit, the Tricky Light stuff. I can mold it in there, but anyway, I'm going to play with that. I'm going to try and fix it the way I want it to sit because it's that one funky piece, but this is how I got this look. That's it, all the way around. Hopefully I didn't miss any pieces, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.